In the heart of Whispering Woods lived a little squirrel named Chestnut. Chestnut was known throughout the woods for his bushy tail and his even bushier imagination. He stopped in his tracks. It wasn't the sound of rain, and there weren't any clouds in the sky. "Oh, I lost my way back to the burrow. I was gathering some berries, and now I can't find the entrance," she stammered. Her whiskers trembled. "I'm scared." Peeking around the trunk of the tree, he saw a little field mouse with tearful eyes. Chestnut, who had never gone so fast before, suddenly realized that being a superhero wasn't all about pretending. He really was saving the day. Every day he would spend his time leaping from branch to branch, pretending he was a magnificent superhero soaring through the sky. One breezy afternoon, Chestnut was prancing around a tree when he heard a sniffle. They couldn't understand why the badger was being so mean. Just then, a wise old owl hooted softly from a nearby tree. Being friends with someone who is different from you takes courage, kindness, and understanding. You three have that in common, so why not start a friendship circle? More animals will see how happy it makes you, and maybe they'll want to be friends too. "Badger, why are you being so unkind? These two are just friends," she said. "Hello," said Chestnut, trying to sound brave. "Why are you crying?" The little mouse looked up, startled. Curious, Chestnut climbed up a nearby tree and called out to the rabbits. They found the fox curled up in a corner, whimpering softly. Carefully, the badger approached the fox and began to calm him down. "It's all right, little fella. We're gonna get you out of there." Then they turned to each other and smiled. They had made a wonderful team. Together, they had helped a friend in need. All of the animals learned to put aside their differences and embrace their friendships. Chestnut continued to leap through the trees, but now he wasn't alone. The little mouse would often be seen scampering up his bushy tail, and the badger wasn't so grumpy anymore. He even started to smile. Chestnut scurried around looking for some string to cut the trap. His leg was caught securely in the trap, and he was too scared to try and free himself. Sweet dreams, my little friend. Taking a deep breath, he pulled with all his might. The fox, now free, limped away into the bushes. The trap creaked, then suddenly snapped open. One of the rabbits looked up and exclaimed, "A fox got caught in one of our traps, and now he's hurt and scared." What happened? With kindness, courage, and understanding, we can all be friends no matter what the badger says. We don't know what to do. Squirrels steal our food and mice nibble on our nests. We're supposed to be enemies. Chestnut and the mouse shook their heads in disbelief. "All right," he said with a sigh. "Let's be friends. Then you have to help me fix my den. It's got a hole in the roof, and my sleep schedule is all out of whack because of it." Chestnut and the mouse looked at each other again. This was going to be an exciting adventure. "But if you want to join my club, you have to do something for me." As they worked, they chatted about their hopes and dreams. Chestnut wanted to visit every tree in Whispering Woods. The mouse dreamed of having a cheese feast, and the badger hoped to grow a magnificent mustache that would make any badger jealous. "Anything," said Chestnut and the mouse in unison. All three friends jumped up, startled. Had the badger's grumpy cave-dwelling ways scared away all of the woodland creatures? Were they truly alone in their friendship? They couldn't believe that badgers, owls, and all the animals in Whispering Woods were fighting just because they were different. "But, I've never ridden on a squirrel's tail before. Is it safe?" Chestnut puffed out his chest. "Don't worry, I'm the best tail rider in Whispering Woods. Hold on tight." And with that, he darted up the tree, up and away, until the ground was a distant blur. Chestnut felt a pang of sympathy. He knew how scary the woods could be. For a tiny mouse like her, it must be terrifying. But then an idea struck him like a bolt of lightning. "Hop on my tail, little mouse. I'll take you home," he said with a flourish. "What are you doing together?" "We're friends," the mouse squeaked. The mouse hesitated. They raced through the woods, dodging branches and swooping over babbling brooks. A squirrel and a field mouse, the badger sneered. The badger let out a harsh laugh. Friends? Don't be ridiculous. Squirrels and mice are natural enemies. You should be chasing each other, not playing together. As they approached the mouse's burrow, a big shadow loomed over them. Startled, Chestnut and the mouse peeked over the edge of a leaf. Looking down, they saw a grumpy badger glaring at them. Well, what do we have here? Chestnut and the mouse looked at each other, confused. The badger crossed his paws over his chest, because that's how it's always been. We don't fight, Chestnut said bravely. We're friends. The owl nodded wisely. The badger thought about this for a moment. Maybe the owl was right. Maybe it was time to stop being so grumpy. The badger grinned. Working together, they gathered leaves, twigs, and soft moss to patch up the hole. Once the roof was fixed, they all sat down to rest. Suddenly, a loud crash echoed through the woods. As they peeked outside, they saw a troop of rabbits staring at something on the ground. Without hesitation, Chestnut, the badger, and the mouse dashed to the rescue. Don't worry, little fox. We're here to help, said the mouse. As the badger soothed the fox, Chestnut tied a sturdy vine around the trap. May your dreams be filled with adventures of friendship, and may you wake up with a heart full of joy and a mind ready to learn. Chestnut, the badger, and the mouse watched him go. From that day on, the forest was a better place. And so, dear listener, remember that true friendship isn't about being the same. It's about embracing what makes us different. Now it's time for bed.